Trump administration said they have removed from your state 10,000 people that were here illegally, that had criminal backgrounds. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
If you're asking me are you asking me to rely on what the Trump administration has said?
Assume it is true, because I think you're going to debate me on this. They have removed tens of thousands of people across the country that are here illegally, that have committed crimes. They have a criminal background. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I agree with the general premise that we should remove the worst of the worst who are not authorized to be in the United States who commit crimes.
Okay, so if they're here illegally and they've committed burglary, should they be removed? What was that?
Ma'am.
I think you said yes. I just couldn't hear you.
Ma'am, look, I think I answered your question.
You didn't. I'm asking you now.
If you're asking me,
this is a simple question. As
if somebody commits
Minnesota,
a crime,
if someone burglarizes someone's home and they're here illegally, should they be deported?
If somebody commits a felony offense, I mean, but it's.
Okay, let me make it simple. If they are drug trafficking and they are in Minnesota and they're here illegally, should they be deported?
Have they been convicted?
Let's assume they've been convicted.
Yeah.
Okay. If they have broken into people's homes or committed theft, or let me go as far as saying if they've committed fraud and they're here legally, should they be deported?
Have they been convicted?
If they are in the process and they have a background of a criminal conviction for any crime, should they be deported?
People who have been convicted and are not authorized to be in the country should be removed.
Okay, if they've been convicted and they have an application in process or they've claimed asylum, should they be removed?
Don't we need to find,
if they have a criminal conviction for fraud and they're here illegally, or they have a process pending, should they be removed?
If they have a criminal conviction for felony fraud and they're unauthorized to be in the country, they should be removed.
So do you think it would shock the federal government when in January of 2026, you said, and I quote, we're not going to help the Trump administration. We're not going to devote the resources of our state to help the Trump administration. That's not our business. We're not going to help them. We're not going to do their bidding.
I'm glad you asked me.
Hold on. Do you think it would surprise an administration who's trying to go back and rid communities of people here illegally that are committing crimes to have the top law enforcement officer of the state said, we're not going to help them? So,
Senator, here's the thing. The federal government is a government of limited and enumerated powers, among them immigration enforcement.
Do you think you should help remove people here illegally that have committed crimes? Should you help the administration?
We should obey Minnesota and federal law. That's what we should do.
Does it surprise you that you said you think you have 7 counties that have entered into 287G out of 87 counties, 7? Would it surprise you that Florida has every one of our counties signed up to help the administration rid our communities of those that are here legally committing crimes?
It would neither surprise me or not surprise me.
Does it surprise you that
states
you're
are
having
different.
all of these problems in Minnesota because you have a top cop that won't help rid its community of those here illegally committing crimes?
You know what?
It's a tale of 2 states, a tale of 2 attorney generals, and how this is all playing out. It should surprise no one in this country. And in fact, let me go a step further. It should surprise no one in this country that the problems that we have had in your state as a result of a top cop not working with law enforcement to make its community safe and rid people here committing crimes, that you're seeing what has played out. And let me just
say, that's actually wrong. That's actually quite wrong.
You cannot have an attorney general
certainly disagree with that.
Post pictures supporting Antifa with an expectation you are going to have a civilized, stable, safe community that works with federal law enforcement to deport criminals here illegally committing crime. That is a joke. And it is also the reason why you have a crisis in law enforcement ranks. You have such a high vacancy rate in your state because no one that wears a badge and does these dangerous jobs believes that their top cop supports them. And as the wife of a law enforcement officer, I think that is a shame, and your state deserves better.